Sometimes having more money does not feel better. In fact, it can feel scary or unsafe. So we need to get to the bottom of it. What happened when you up-leveled financially? What happened with your relationships? What happened with your feelings? Do you remember what it cost you? Because those experiences are getting in the way now of you feeling comfortable having more money. Welcome to Success Tapping with Carol Look. I'm your host, and I'm glad you're here. Please feel free to subscribe, like, or share. So we need to ask the right questions to uncover your feelings and your beliefs about having more money. Because if you're getting in your own way, we need to get to the bottom of it. So let's ask the first question about being afraid. What is the downside of having more money? So if you imagine yourself up-leveling financially, having more income, having more money, and people noticing, what would scare you? What are you afraid of? So there's a downside that's in your system that we need to tap on. So see if you can measure that. I'm afraid of having more money. And all of you will have your particular incidents that happened, but just measure the fear. I'm afraid of having more money. 0 to 10? All right, here we go. Even though I'm afraid of having more money, because I know what happened last time, I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself. Even though I'm afraid of having more money, no wonder I get in my own way. I deeply and completely love and accept how I feel. Eyebrow point, I'm afraid to have more money. Side of the eye, I'm worried about how they'll react to me. Under the eye, I don't feel safe having more money. Under the nose, I'm afraid to have more. Chin point, I'm afraid to have more. Collarbone, it doesn't feel safe to me to have more money. Under the arm, I'm afraid to have more money. No wonder I'm getting in my own way. Top of the head, I'm afraid to have more money. Good. Take a deep breath. Measure your fear again. When you think of having more money and people's reactions to you, 0 to 10, how high does that feel now? Did it go down? Did it go up? Did it go sideways? Measure that and we'll tap again. Side of the hand. Even though there's still a part of me that's afraid to have more money, I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself anyway. Even though there's still a part of me that's afraid to have more money, I accept who I am and how I feel. Eyebrow, there's still a part of me that's afraid to have more money. Side of the eye, I'm afraid of their reactions. Under the eye, I remember what it cost me. Under the nose, I'm afraid to have more money. Chin point, I'm afraid to have more money. Collarbone, I'm afraid of their reactions to me. Under the arm, I'm afraid to have more money. Top of the head, I'm worried about their reactions to me if I have more. Good, take a breath. Now measure that, 0 to 10. How does that feel now? We've done 2 rounds on that. The fear of having more money, it triggers you, it brings up something that you're afraid of. Now let's move to a belief. So if the question, what is the downside of having more, triggers your fear and you're feeling unsafe, now let's ask the other question, what's the upside of staying where you are? How does staying where you are financially, even though you keep saying you want more, how does staying where you are feel protective? Now, most people can get to a belief such as, I'm convinced that staying where I am is safer. Or I'm convinced that if I have more, I'll be in danger. All right? So see if you can get your belief on that. What's really going on about staying in the same space around your finances? All right? See if you can get a measurement on your belief. I'm convinced that staying where I am is safer, or I'm convinced that having more is unsafe. Let's measure that one. I'm convinced that having more money will be unsafe in my relationships. 0 to 10, and let's tap on it. Even though I'm convinced that having more money is dangerous for me in my relationships. I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself. Even though I'm convinced that having more money will be dangerous in my relationships. I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself. Eyebrow point. I'm convinced having more money will be dangerous. Side of the eye. I'd rather stay where I am. Under the eye. My belief seems really smart. Under the nose. It's not safe to have more money. Chin point. I'm convinced that I'll be in danger if I have more money. Collarbone. It just isn't safe to have more money. Under the arm. It's never been safe to stand out with more money. Top of the head. It's never been safe to stand out with more money. Good. Take a breath. We're measuring your belief, this conviction that having more would make you feel unsafe or put you in danger in your relationships. Measure that again if possible, 0 to 10. Does that still feel true? Maybe you've narrowed it down to just one person who treated you poorly when you had more money. See if you get any other information about it, and we'll tap once more on that. Side of the hand. Even though I'm still convinced that having more money is unsafe, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though my past experiences taught me that having more money is unsafe, I accept who I am and how I feel. Eyebrow. I'm convinced I'll be in danger if I have more money. Side of the eye. No wonder I get in my own way. Under. I'm convinced that I'll be in danger if I have more money. Under the nose. No wonder I get in my own way. Chin point. It's not safe with other people's reactions. Collarbone. I'm convinced having more money could be dangerous. Under the arm. No wonder I don't feel safe with more money. Top of the head. No wonder I get in my own way. Good. Take another deep breath. Think about that belief. I'm convinced, I believe having more money is unsafe. How does that feel to you now? Did you get any more information on that about a specific person or an incident that happened? And definitely keep tapping. Before we go to your next yes, let's do one round of gratitude tapping to help continue release the tension around this topic. Eyebrow. I feel grateful that I'm learning about my money issues. Side of the eye. I appreciate what I'm learning about my money issues. Under the eye. I feel grateful that I'm learning so much about money. Under the nose. I'm grateful I'm learning so much about me. Chin point. I appreciate all that I'm learning around money and me. Collarbone. I'm grateful that I can feel safe now with more money. Under the arm. The truth is, I can feel safe now having more money. Top of the head. The truth is, I am safer now, even if I have more money. Good. Deep breath. Great. And you can measure the feeling of fear or measure the belief again. But we need to help you neutralize this feeling of danger in your relationships around having more money, or you will continually get in your own way. So let's go to your next yes. What boundary do you need to set with friends or family around your money situation, around talking about it, earning more, sharing it? Choose a boundary, a small boundary that you need to set that will help you feel safer even if you start making much more money. All right, thanks for watching. Please feel free to subscribe, share, and like, and go to carollook.com/success to find out more about my books and programs and YouTube. All right, thanks again for watching.